Okay, 4.11. Divide by one-digit numbers. Numbers should be an S there, Mr. Armstrong. Divide by one-digit numbers. Yes. Okay, so this is basically your standard long division. We're going to start off dividing 525 divided by 3. Okay, and so what this means is this is 525 divided by 3. And what we do is we flip that around and use our long division bracket, and then we say 3, the second number, the divisor, goes into 525. And we're going to look at each place value. Alright, so use place value to place the first digit. Look at the hundreds, which is right here. That's 5 hundreds can be shared among 3 groups without regrouping, because 5 is bigger than 3. So how many times does 3 go into 5? Yeah, it goes 1 time. And we're going to put our first number in the hundreds place because 3 will go into 5 hundreds. Okay? So we're going to share 5 hundreds equally among 3 groups. I hope that makes sense to you because there's a couple of blanks that you need to fill in. You're going to share 5 hundreds equally among 3 groups. Okay, good. Multiply 3 times 100, because this stands for 100, and you get 300. We don't usually write these. We kind of just leave them alone. Okay, we're just going to put the 3, but it really is 100 times 3 is 300. And then we subtract 5, take away 3 equals 2, and that really stands for 200. 200s cannot be shared equally among 3 groups without regrouping because 2 is smaller than 3. So we're going to divide the tens. And this means that we're going to bring this 2 down. And it's in the, so this is 220, but we're really looking at 22 tens because we're looking at the tens place now. 22 tens is definitely bigger than 3. All right? We're going to share 22 tens equally among 3 groups. There's another couple of blanks for you to fill in. Okay, 22 tens will be shared equally among 3 groups. We'll go ahead and multiply. Well, 3 times 7 is close to 22. It's 21. And that's 21 tens. When we subtract 22 minus 21 is 1. That leaves 1 10 left. And we're going to bring down our other ones place. And that's 5. And now instead of looking at the 100s or the 10s, we're looking at the ones place, and there are 15 of them. 15 can be shared equally among 3 groups. In fact, exactly so. So we're going to just do that. Multiply by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. And then we subtract and we get nothing left over. 0, which means there's no remainders. So each class made 175 origami animals, if you read the story problem. Okay, that's kind of how that's done. Let's look at one more. 8,523 divided by 8. So that is rewritten. 8 goes into, I'll make sure you understand that it goes into 8,523. Okay, look at the thousands. 8,000 can be shared equally among 8. Okay, 8 goes into 8 one time, or 1,000 times. 1,000 times 8 is 8,000, so that kind of makes sense. 1 times 8 is 8. going to go ahead and write it in. We're going to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. And 0 cannot be divided equally among 8. 0 thousandths is just 0. We're out of thousands, so we got to bring down our 5, which is in the hundreds place. So 5 hundreds. Can 8 go into 5 hundreds equally? No, it cannot. Because 5, you can't multiply by hundreds. 100 times 8 would be 800. So we have to put a 0 here. I hope that makes sense. You have to put a 0 here because 8 cannot go into 8 times 1, which should be 100. 800 is smaller than, or is larger than 500. So it's just going to be 0, and then we're going to move on to our tens. Can 8 go into 52 tens? Oh, sure enough, 52 is bigger than 8. 8 goes into 52 tens. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 7 is 56. So that's too big. 56 is too big, so we're going to use 6. 6 times 8 is 48, and this is really 60 times 8. 6 tens times 8 is 48 tens. 60 times 8 is 480. All right, we subtract. You can borrow, you know how to do that, and you end up with 4 tens. That can't be shared equally among 8, so we're going to make it into the ones place. It's 43 ones, and 8 goes into 40 5 times. So 5 times 8 is 40, and when we subtract, we get a remainder of 3. Okay, so the important thing to learn here is that what we're really looking at is this 0 in the hundreds place. Because we had a number here, 5 was smaller than 8, we couldn't use it. 5 hundreds doesn't work when we're multiplying by hundreds because it's smaller than 800. So we had to kind of use a 0 and then bring down our next number, which was the 2, 52, and go along like that. And we'll probably see some more of those, so make sure you don't get surprised by that. One more, and then you're on your own. 3 goes into 267. 3 does not go into 2, so we can't use the 200s place. It has to be smaller than 1, so we're going to just skip over to the tens place. Does 3 go into 26 tens? Yes, it does. 3 times 8 is 24. So 8 times 3 is 24. 8 tens times 3 is 24 tens. Let's make sure we write 24, not 34. And then we subtract. We have 2 left, and that's too small. Smaller than 3, so we're going to bring down our 7. 27 ones. Does 3 go into 27 ones? Yes, it does. 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. No remainder. All right. Great. Nice job. I'm so happy, although I look a little scary.